Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy from Personal Training Success Academy, coming to you live from my Islington studio here in London. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes today to really touch base with you because I'm getting a lot of emails from people in the community. There's a lot of posts going around at the moment from people who are quite simply stuck. Personal trainers, boot camp instructors, group instructors who are simply stuck with their businesses right now. We're at the end of January 2010 and they're saying, I was expecting to come out of the gates really fast, really strong for the year, get lots done, have the phones ringing. Business is quiet and unexpected. I don't really seem to be getting as much done as I'd hoped for. What can I do about it? Guys, this is really common. I will tell you, I have had literally 200, 250 emails, private emails within the community from Personal Training Success Academy saying exactly that. I'm stuck, what do I do? First thing to do, guys, is don't panic. Okay? Everybody goes through these periods where they get stuck, where their ideas aren't coming as fast as they should be, or as fast as they'd hoped. They get to points where everything that they tried doesn't really seem to push ahead in the way that they hope it would and get the results that they'd always hoped it would either. Every single one of us, myself included. I've got to tell you guys that, and this is honestly, without being facetious or anything, I am actually one of the biggest failures I know. Okay, genuinely, I'm one of the biggest failures I know. More of my projects have failed over the years than those that have succeeded. More aspects of my life have ended up with me tripping flat on my face, falling over, than those ones where I got given the gold medal and the kind of the you know, hooray, Dax Moy's done it again. What you guys get to hear about is all of the superstar stuff, right? I'm just talking about me, I'm talking about every person you read about out there, all these six-figure trainers that are making lots and lots of money. You get to hear about, hey, I send out this little email to my list and, you know, 20 minutes later I had, you know, I'd earned 10 grand. And it makes it sound like, you know, it's as easy as the click of a button and people are earning money. And the truth is, you can earn money and you can earn really good money. What few of these people, and maybe even myself on occasion, failed to tell you is that sometimes that click of a button was months and months and months in the making. Genuinely, I mean, months in the making. So that you know, it might sound like, yeah, I put together this email, it took me 5 minutes to write and I hit send. Suddenly there's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, you know, dollars sitting in my bank account. That's great when it happens, but most projects are months in the making. And this is a bit that few people ever tell you about. How is this important to you? Well, it's important to you to understand that this really just comes down to what Jim Rohn, the success philosopher who died recently, always spoke about, was the laws of sowing and reaping. Okay, it's the laws of sowing and reaping. You have to sow enough seeds in order to be able to reap the crop. Okay, unfortunately, many people buy the $7 ebook or even the $99 ebook or course that says how to drive massive traffic to your and build a list, or you know, how to make this amount of money online in a certain amount of days. And they buy these things in the hope that they're going to take them, they're going to apply it, and within a couple of days they're going to be earning thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right? Very rarely will these things work. And I'm not knocking any individual author. I guess what I'm knocking is the mindset that goes behind it. Okay, the mindset is, buy this book, press this button, earn 10 grand. And most of the time, to be quite honest, that's bullshit. Okay, it's absolute bullshit. The law of sowing and reaping tells us that can't be so. And when it does work, it's usually because you've already done a lot of sowing in the background already and people are receptive to that idea. So you're ready to get your crop, so to speak. Okay, but nothing comes to you without having done the work in advance. Okay, without having built the relationships, without having gotten to the point where people know you, like you, trust you. Okay? Ultimately, people won't stick their hand in their pocket and take out their checkbooks or their credit cards until they know you, like you, and trust you. So the question to you guys, whenever you feel that you're really struggling, you know, and I hear all the time people say, I've done everything. I've done everything in my power to build this business and it's not bloody working. What's going wrong? Right? And I can guarantee you haven't done everything. Okay, you haven't done everything. You haven't, like myself, I guess, spent nearly every single day making a blog post for your community, creating something valuable for them, entering a discussion with them. I'm certain you haven't done that on a daily basis every day. Okay, if you have, that's great, and pretty soon I'm certain that your crop will come in. Okay, but most people haven't done that. You haven't written an article once or twice a week, uploaded it to Easing Articles and other article servers several times a week for the last few months. Okay, most people haven't done that. You haven't blog posted nearly every day. You haven't created your Ning community and filled it with tons and tons and tons of great resources. Okay, you haven't been out into your community flyering every single day. You haven't put on numerous talks for your community over the last few months. You haven't put together an offline newsletter and distributed it to your community. You haven't chatted up the local businesses and so on and so forth, right? And that's just a few things you could be doing, and I'm fairly certain that you haven't done just that small handful to the degree that you would need to be doing them in order to make your six-figure income that you dream about so much. Okay, that's a few things. So it's time for a reality check, guys. When you say, I've done everything, as so many of these emails that have come into my inbox recently are saying, you know, kind of give yourself a slap upside the head and admit to yourself that you haven't really done anything. In fact, you've done hardly anything. Okay, if the law of sowing and reaping says in order to reap you must sow, you always have to turn that back around and look and say, well, how much have I sown? Very, very few people that are complaining about not having enough business, not earning enough money, have done anywhere near the sowing that they think they have. Okay, what they've done most often is they've taken the same one or two strategies that they've fallen in love with over the years and just recycled that over and over again. So it feels like they've done a lot, but they haven't. Okay, and you know that, you know, if you've always done what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Okay, that's what's going to happen. If you've got 2 or 3 strategies that you have currently fallen in love with as a personal trainer and go, I always advertise in that local newspaper and I always fly out to this community, and that's all you do, or 1 or 2 other bits extra, it's no wonder that you're not getting busier. Okay, the things that got you here won't get you there. And that's really important for you to absorb, guys. The things that got you right here, right now, the things I've had to do to become a 6-figure income earner won't get me to being a 7-figure income earner. There's a lot of other things I have to do on the journey. Okay, I have to change my strategy for 7 figures. So currently, I've got a 6-figure strategy. I need to develop a 7-figure strategy, and that's what I've been doing these last couple of years, and gradually moving up on it. If you've been stuck at one income level for quite some time, there's no ifs or buts about this, guys. You've been using the income strategy for the income that you currently have. If you're on £30,000 a year, then you've been using a £30,000 a year strategy. If you're on 20, you've only been using a £20,000 a year strategy. The things that got you here, the things that got you to where you are right this minute, are not the things that are going to take you to the next level. And you've really got to admit that to yourself. Okay? Many of you are scared, and you know, there's no other way to put it. Many of you are scared to take the steps to move to the next level. It might be a bigger financial commitment. It might be a bigger time commitment. It might be, for example, opening a studio or taking on things that you've never done before. It might be starting to write that book and you think, oh God, I'm no good at writing. You know, who am I to create a product? It might be any number of things. Whatever that thing is that's currently scaring you to do, I'm going to say to you, go ahead and start doing it. Because what got you here will not get you there. You've got to do things in a different way, guys. Okay, you've got to step off the riverbank that you're on, cross the river and go to the other side. You're never going to cross trying to keep one foot on this riverbank. Okay, so I guess in many respects today's message really was just a bit of a kick in the butt. I'm not giving you any direct marketing material here. I'm not saying to you do all these things. Although, you know, if you put together a flyering campaign, an off-letter newsletter, an offline newsletter, an online newsletter, if you put together you know, the beginnings of your e-product, open up your Ning community, put together a whole bunch of free talks in your community, things are going to change, and they're going to change bloody quick. Okay? If you don't do those things, however, nothing changes. But ultimately, the big message for today is what got you here is not going to get you there. Do something different and do it now. Start doing it today. Okay, I'm going to be back tomorrow with another little message for you, because basically I've got a bit of a butt-kicking mentality, and as much as the butt-kicking might be directed at you, what you'll find is that whenever I'm out here kicking butt in the community, it's normally because Dax Moy himself needs a bit of a wake-up. okay, and I need to kick my own butt. Okay, so don't take it personally. This isn't coming from a bad place or a place of conceit or a place telling you what to do. It's more coming from a wake up place. So wake up, guys. Take care.